Hello, nerds! Welcome to GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news from geeks like you. I am your host, Summer Punch, and today with me we've got Neeson. Hello.
Hello.
And
Yo,
Sintel.
what's cracking, baby? Happy Monday. Let's go.
I love that Monday energy. You're always the one to hype us up. Okay, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready. Wait. 1 second. I don't know if I see Neeson on the screen.
Oh, yeah, he disappeared on us.
We leave no man behind.
Yo, you look like you got Thanos. It's nothing but the ether rolling behind you.
I was just right. Look, Thanos had points. Thanos is actually a hero, guys. We got.
Okay. Okay. We're just
right.
getting right into the hot topics.
There we go.
I'm kind of interested to hear more there. But Neeson's image is missing. Can you guys hear him though? All right. No, we got Neeson.
I see him. He's back.
All right, cool. All right. Then let's get straight into some video game news for today. So Sony is reportedly looking into bringing God of War show to Amazon Prime. Okay, I have a lot of really intense thoughts on that game, but let me just cue up the story before I get into that first. So the series is expected to be led by Mark Fergus and Hawk. Cool name. Otspeed, the executive producers behind The Expanse, as well as Rafe Jundas, an executive producer of Wheel of Time. So Sony Televisions and PlayStation Productions will also be involved, Deadline says. So details about the show premise are still pretty sparse, but the television adaptation does come to fruition. Producers will have a lot of ground to cover. For God of War, the elaborate Greek-inspired history where you play as a demigod Kratos, so again, intense feelings, starts back in 2005 with the release of the first game on PS2. That one was kind of weird. We don't like to talk about that one. The series is now in its 8th installment. So God of War Ragnarok, which is expected sometime this year, gonna play. It's transitioning to setting it into the Norse realm of Midgard. So guys, I don't know if we have a release date on this or anything like that, but I do see Tom Holland's name popping into this. So that's pretty interesting. First question.
Whoa. So what character? I saw sound like Kratos.
Atreus, the little tiny boy. Nothing against Tom Holland, but
find me, dear boy.
You just nailed the role. All right, you are now Kratos. I feel like I can Black Kratos, right? Who cares?
I mean,
he's white.
I always assume he's black.
I feel like he's got the voice. He's got the voice, you know.
First off, yeah, I mean, his voice is from a black man, right? It's from the dude that was in Stargate, if I remember right? It's the dude that was in Stargate.
Well, the latest one I know is my boy Chris J. Alex.
From Living Single?
Kratos.
No. Okay. No, I know he's had a couple of voices, right? He's had a couple of people do it.
People did him, but he did the last one. Chris J. Alex. He also did he was in the new Thundercats. He was in Excursion or whatever, and with the with Chris Thor, the movie, that Netflix movie he had, Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, right.
Okay. Big black dude, but that's who. Basically, a black dude does the voice of Kratos. That's
nothing against white men, but there's no way
stay on brand
to come from a white man. I'm just is that racist?
No, I mean it's kind of being expected.
So I don't think
Christopher Judge. That's the name of that dude that used to be the voice of Kratos. Christopher Judge. Okay. Yeah, that was the dude and he looked kind of yoked. Man, he was a big dude on Stargate back in the day. But yeah.
Okay, so correction to my previous statement. Tom Holland is not being considered for the role. They're just kind of listing other Sony produced, made from video games to movies, namely Uncharted. So I don't think that we have a date or a casting for it anyways, or yet. But I don't know. Who should play that besides what's that guy's name who's always driving around and he's like a hitman, he's bald, white guy. That's visually who I'm seeing. Jason Statham. Yeah.
Jason Statham.
Can you guys see Jason Statham?
He's too old. He's too old.
He's pretty old now, isn't he?
But he just Go ahead.
I don't think he's too old. I think he's not. I don't think he captures that unless he just does a complete body transformation, meaning he does grow older and more grittier in the face, or just more I feel like Kronos' skin is very leathered because he's out like hunting and always out in the sun and
That's true.
rarely.
He's a rugged man. He's
Yeah,
rugged.
he's
Is
rugged.
Jason
You know.
Statham not like rugged and manly enough for you guys? I thought that was like the pinnacle of like male. I don't know. I love white male. White male. I feel like I'm kind of stepping.
I think you lost. I think you lost me on male and white male pinnacle.
I just know that white men love Jason Statham. Like that's like, oh, the man's man.
He's too small. No, he's too small too.
Really? I thought he's like.
Yeah, Statham's too small.
Okay.
Now you need like a rockish kind of build. And what's funny is, speaking, I'm talking to you, Nisa, for a second, because you are a master craftsman in the field of large, strong men that are good at entertainment.
Yes.
Is there anybody on your short list that you would suggest regarding that?
You know what? It's funny you say that because the person I was gonna suggest, he actually is a professional wrestler, but he's not a big professional wrestler, but he looks exactly like Kronos, is a guy named Tommaso Ciampa. So if you guys just, you could Google Tommaso Ciampa, and he actually was just on Monday Night Raw tonight, but he's about my height. But when I tell you, he looks like he actually cosplay as Kronos for one of his wrestling matches, his big wrestling matches a couple of months ago. So he looked.
It's TOMMASOCIAMPA. I'll drop it in the chat.
Yeah. So he looks just like him. But if we're going bigger, realer, what the person I was thinking of is the guy that plays Reacher. I think you shave his head. I think he has the size. He's already on Amazon, so it's a perfect in-studio production. And then Sony could build as they're building on with Tom Holland and like trying to get him. By the way, give him an origin story of James Bond. Give it to him. As they're trying to build that for him and have him be that next quote unquote Tom Cruise guy. You could take the guy that plays Reacher and build him and make him your next big bad, like make him your next whatever in that same Sony universe. And I think Kronos would be the first bet for him.
Yo, that's a good one. His name is Alan Ritchson, AlanRitchson. And he was yoked in when he played Hawk in Titans. And he worked Titans. He did a really good job in Titans. And I'm hearing Reacher's amazing. It's been getting really good reviews. And you hit something else on that nail that's really important. He's already established on Amazon. So you've already got somebody kind of like in that wheelhouse. Well, let me ask you this question, and this is also for the voice in the sky, because he knows what I'm about to say regarding Amazon projects and sometimes giving up. And that is no, Rodney. We are both fans of a little show called The Expanse, right? And it's brilliant. It's really well done. It's super sci-fi. Super. If you're into that world, it's really well done. And they ran into a problem because they had to stop making the series, which was beloved, because the show was too expensive to make. So they condensed it, and money seems to be it could be a problem because Amazon also is pitching a really big one that's a $500 million project regarding the Lord of the Rings spinoff, right? So when you're dealing with something like Kratos and you're dealing with creatures, that is going to be hella expensive. With Amazon's track record of being of kind of like leaving things in the dust a little bit, would you rather see it on Amazon? Would you rather see it on HBO, Netflix? What platform is this best suited for outside of Amazon?
I want to know, what difference does it make?
You got to be able to finish the season. Like HBO don't really drop a lot of projects. Like if you on HBO, you pretty much gonna finish it. Disney Plus is another one, but of course Disney isn't gonna pick that up because it's probably too violent. Hulu, they finish projects. Netflix don't really finish a lot of projects.
Okay.
Amazon don't really finish a lot of projects. Like you got to have a budget to do this. Like the creature design by itself is going to be too expensive.
I could never see HBO taking up a project like this. Like this seems like, I don't know, not to their liking, to their taste, because video adaptations or video game adaptations into movies and TV series, they have a long history of just like flopping and getting a lot of people in the door who love the video games and then not necessarily following through with the quality of the content. So I don't know, just because maybe the legacy of those types of series, the genre, I guess, HBO maybe wouldn't pick it up. But whoever does, I just want them to finish it because I love God of War. It's such a good story. As far as like stories in video games, it's one of the best of the best. And I hope that it does its justice in the TV series.
I would say let's go Apple TV. I think people really the production value that Apple TV gives, and it's a real, like, to me that's the most slept on streaming platform. But every single one of their shows or series or even like original movies, whatever they have, the quality is just surpasses these things, and everything is like 4K streaming solid. Like it's really amazing. So if we're talking about something that's gonna look the big world building, I think for God of War, right? Like, because it can't be this on, like, you can't shoot God of War on a sound stage, like just like on some like little sound stage with that little practical things. It has to be either one practical in the real world outside, like on some Eternals vibe, or it has to be complete blue screen where everything is rendered out, right? So and the people that got the budget for that, or the platform that has the budget for that and has the record to prove that they could actually maintain that big projects like that, is Apple TV, man.
It's a good one.
So I did look at a little bit of the article, and the second paragraph is this leads me to believe it's for sure going to be on Amazon. This says the series is expected to be led by Mark Fergus and Hawk Otsby. They're the executive producers behind The Expanse. So so Mark Fergus is I recognize that name right away because I am a big, like Trey said, I'm a huge Expanse fan. So and they did really, really well with the adaptation of The Expanse, but you're right about that in the sense that like they did run into money problems. So this also might be one of those things where, not to get too inside baseball, but the Alcon Entertainment had the rights to The Expanse, so they're in negotiations with Amazon. Where if Sony's coming through as the company pushing this, they're gonna have deeper pockets. Right.
Okay, that's a good point.
Right, they're gonna have deeper pockets, and they're gonna probably demand more. Whereas Alcon they can't really push Amazon to do stuff. Whereas I think, so it could be done right. I think so. I think it could be done right. And it seems like Amazon's really they're just trying to gobble everything up. So they're going to spend whatever money, they need to. So.
I like it. All right. Any more questions, Mr. Simthal?
Oh no, I'm just excited. It's just I wanted to be done right. It's the same thing. It's the same issue I have with Halo. I'm holding my breath, holding bated breath with Halo because you got to have money to do Halo right. I don't know if Paramount's going to do it justice.
Oh, yeah.
So and the same thing with God of War.
Okay, guys, I can't wait to get to this next story because we have more outrageous Pokemon card news. So a few weeks ago, we had covered, and this seems to keep popping up, like about once a month, we'll get like this insane Pokemon related story. People spending just like buttloads of money. Like I think there was a Pokemon card that was sold for like 39 million, probably getting the number wrong, but like that's a real thing that happened the other day. And then now the latest ridiculous headline is that a man was sentenced to 3 years in federal prison over a Pokemon card. All right, now let me continue. A Georgia man, not Florida man this time, Georgia man has been sentenced to 36 months in prison, so 3 years total, after using COVID-19 relief money to purchase a rare Charizard Pokemon card. The Department of Justice announced the sentence in a news release issued on Monday. So the man, 31-year-old Vinith Osman, was awarded an economic injury disaster loan. So that happened after COVID for $85,000 after claiming to own a small business that supported 10 employees. These loans were created as part of Congress' pandemic relief plan after the pandemic started and intended to be used for businesses to pay workers and rent so that they didn't lay people off. So once this man got the money, however, the DOJ said that he used $1,789 of that money to buy a first edition shadowless and holographic Charizard card with a 9.5 gem mint rating. He was caught. All right. We must acknowledge that this sounds like a pretty good card.
That's minty. That's minty.
But sir, you shouldn't get caught, and he did. He got caught, and now he's in jail, I guess, or he's going to jail. Thoughts?
He has bail money though for it, right? Or he could definitely. So the thing with jail, and if he's first of all, he's going to federal jail, so that's but second, that means all this time he's been doing, he's not going to have to serve all of it because as soon as you get into jail and the time that you actually got arrested, they count that towards it and all the things. So he's probably going to end up spending probably like a year and a half at maybe 2 at most, right? And he's still going to have a 9.5 Charizard card that's going to be worth more than what he paid for.
I'm sorry, the end of the article says that he agreed to turn the Charizard card over to prosecutors. So he doesn't even
he took both L's?
Did he get time? Did he get time off that?
No, he doesn't get the card.
Nah, he wasn't smart. He got scared straight. That's ridiculous. He had a terrible lawyer.
Wow.
Yeah.
For 85,000, you got 3 years. That's crazy. That's nuts.
So he's a felon. 3 years in prison, up to at least, and no Charizard card, and almost 100K out. I don't know if this was a good bet for this man. I don't know if I would have advised him to take such a move before he had made this decision. But one can only speculate that he probably didn't think this one through. And this seems to be a pattern. I'm seeing a lot of Pokemon related just insanity out in the news. And you know what? I think our Congress doesn't do enough about this endemic problem. It seems to be something that we need to address. There are people that are victims of the Pokemon craze.
Yeah,
and I think it's time we do something about it.
They got Logan Paul, right? Like it was about 3 months ago. He dropped, I forgot how much it was. It was like a $500,000 or something. Maybe it was a couple million. They got it, and then come to find out, it was Fugazi. It wasn't real. It was fake.
I'm not so sad that he got faked out though.
And then like 6 months ago, I think it was like 6 months ago before the pandemic was in full stream, somebody broke into the top of a Target with rappelling gear and repelled into a Target just to get the Pokemon cards. Like this is nuts.
Mission Impossible Target?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, they did.
Yes, man. Yes.
Pokemon cards, man. I forgot. That's great. Yeah.
I was about to give a golden idea away, but I'm gonna save it for off-air conversation. Okay. This is amazing. I hope everybody understands that we're living in an amazing time for inspiration. We are inspired by just like somebody ziplined into Target,
like Ethan Hunt. Yeah, bro. Yeah, my man.
When literally you could have walked through like the back door and took less time to like get into a Target. Like I worked at Target. It's not that hard, guys. But like zip lines, like it was lasers, like it was like laser pointers. And how did you get out? Did you zip line back up? Did you have to
I think he was escorted.
No, yeah, they got caught. Yeah, they got caught. Yeah, no, they got caught in the joint. Yeah.
Zip line, they got caught.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe they had the Mission Impossible music playing too loud while they was doing it.
You did not zip line and get caught. Like you.
All right. And other slightly more insane, but also interesting news today. So Honda and Sony plan to make electric vehicles together. So Honda and Sony are planning to form a new company together to design and sell electric vehicles. The partnership is intended to combine Honda's expertise in making and marketing cars with Sony's capabilities in image sensor, telecom, and entertainment. So this is a quote from the press release saying Sony's purpose is to fill the world with emotion through the power of creativity and technology. in your car. And through this alliance with Honda, which has accumulated extensive global experience and achievements in the automotive industry over many years, continues to make a revolutionary advancement in this field. And we intend to build on that vision to make the mobility space an emotional one. I feel like my driving is emotional enough. It usually entails crying on my way to work. Why the fuck am I doing this anymore? But they want to make it even more emotional for us, which I guess is great. Just as long as it doesn't distract us. Or if they want to just like put on the Tesla auto driving features, which no other EV cars have right now, I'd be game if they did that too. But no news yet on that front. Would you guys drive it?
Didn't we just have this conversation about a Yaris and Sony giving away PS5s and Yaris?
Yes.
I understand. Look, we all talk about Disney and how Disney is like, you know, the big bad, and people talk about how Apple is the big bad. Sony is slowly but surely just creeping more and more into that realm, and like, yeah, we're just gonna give you like, hey, buy a Yaris and get a PS5. Hey, come buy this, this co-created car, and trust that, you know, we can get you in a safe place when, you know, probably everything that we bought from you has broken down within a matter of like, you know, X amount of anything Sony, guys. Like, I mean, I love Sony, but you know, come on, let's be real. I'm not driving that car.
So you're not driving. Okay, no drive. What about you, Sintel?
See, look, this is what happens when you get too much money and you don't know what to do with it. Sony was against the ropes for a while, right? Like all of their electronics. You remember when Sony used to make electronics like headphones and stereos and all that? And then that kind of just magically went away. Like the only thing Sony's good at now, they make good cameras and they make some damn good video games. But now that they got that big Tom Holland bag and they got some fat pockets, they're like, ooh, what are we going to invest in next? Listen, like about 4 or 5 months ago on the sneaker app, Sony dropped some shoes. I don't know if y'all peeped it or not. They had the Sony 2s or whatever. Yeah, they did sell out. So I mean, there is that. But I feel like Sony needs an adult in the room to be like, listen, I need you to be smarter with your money because you're doing a bunch of dumb stuff, and Honda is just giving a little kid sugar when it's supposed to be bedtime. I need y'all to chill out and give Sony some carrots and some nutrition so they can make smart decisions. The supply chain's jacked up. I mean, how are you going to sell cars? They're going to be backlogged with the rest of them. I don't understand. You're right. No, I will not be buying a Sony car. But that's shortly. Okay.
Their sound system might be okay though, right? Like Sony's into music, aren't they?
So
I don't know. I thought they were making electronics this whole time. It was a little bit of news to me when you're like,
when last time you seen a Sony Walkman? Yeah, when's the last time you seen a Walkman?
Shit? Like
they used the anti-skip. The anti-skip.
Yeah. Oh. That's true.
Yo, Sony used to be the business in electronics, right? Like it was like the big name.
And then Tom Holland came and saved the day. Like you said, look, they understand, and I've been saying this, like, you know, them putting out these, they have I forgot what, I just seen a trailer that Sony has coming up, and even the movie that we talked about earlier, game of God of War.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Holland changed Sony's whole expansive movie. Like, oh, Bullet Train, that's right. Bullet Train, yeah. The Brad Pitt movie. I was like, I know the Sony Studios is like, you know what, Brad Pitt, whatever. We never made a movie like this. We don't care. We got the money in the bag. We just made $1 billion. We got billions off of Tom Holland's back. Yeah, he's saying he never wants to work again, but we just backed the truck up to him, and he's gonna be our worker forever. Okay, we're gonna own Tom Holland. We actually own his name. Right? He's not going anywhere. That's the $1 billion boy. And even Uncharted, like people, as much as quote unquote bombed as it must, they still made money off of it. That man is still their golden goose, and they're never letting him go. They're gonna have a stranglehold on him. So as long as they have Tom Holland and Zendaya doesn't convince him to quit acting and just travel with her around the world, we're gonna see Sony. Sony may come out with duct tape in the future. Like we don't know. Sony's just gonna start doing the most randomest thing. Until you said he gets an adult. Sony gets an adult in the room and just says, "Stop. Put your money away. Put it away."
What are you doing? Yo, hold on. Y'all, you do remember that quick moment where Tom Holland was like, he made the announcement. It was like a couple weeks after Spider-Man came out. He was like, I think I might kind of like maybe retire for a little bit. You know, I'm thinking about a family and some kids. Yo, all I know is a black truck showed up, and the dudes in the glasses popped out, and the Men in Black thing came out. They hit that dude with the cha-ching. No, I could do another All-Shouter. Yeah. I got like 6 more Spider-Man left in me. I'm like, y'all are killing this man's life, man. Free Tom Holland. That's the hashtag.
Free Tom Holland.
I do remember that for a quick moment, and I forgot it just as quickly as Sony wanted me to. So I think you're right. Yeah, Tom Holland is. Do they have some sort of like Harvey Weinstein contract on him? He can never leave. He can never leave, though. I hope he sticks though. Keep swinging around, Tom. Keep swinging around, Tom. I hope to see you in God of War next too. All right. Well, that is our news for today. If any other shenanigans come up with Sony or just any sort of crazy Pokemon news arise, which we expect to happen on a 3-week interval, as it seems to be happening so far, you will hear it first on Geek Beast. We will see you guys tomorrow, and thanks for joining us.